Hi, and welcome to Entrepreneurial Mindset with Steve the Machine. I'm Steve the Machine. This is the very first episode. So, what I want to talk about, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring, knowledge and experience from my part, and put it on, help people who are going through the entrepreneurial journey. A little bit about my background. Born and raised in Texas, in Dallas, specifically Dallas County area. Grew up, born in Irving, grew up in Cedar Hill. And when I graduated from Cedar Hill, I realized, everybody wanted to do the same thing. Like, everybody had the mindset of going to college. I didn't really think about going to college until like last minute, like senior year, right? Then I ended up going to community college. Then I realized, community college wasn't for me. You know what I mean? Like, I treated community college like it was high school. And I took instead of taking the basic classes, I took the advanced classes, like you're already doing your major. So, and I mixed that in with, I wasn't fully immersed in school. Like, I wasn't fully concentrating. I was worried about what everybody else is doing. Everybody's making money. Everybody's seeming like they got the life. When you get out of high school, everyone, and not even when you get out of high school, every stage of your life, everybody looks like they're doing better than what you're doing. But as long as you stay, they're not. Honestly, they're not. As long as you stay consistent and keep your head to the grindstone, chase that money, then everything else will fall into place. Not gonna lie, a lot of things in my life that I could have prevented was because of it was a lack of money, right? So I could have, I realized back when I wanted to do entrepreneurship, it was back then, like when I was like 2021, I realized, I sat in my apartment alone. I got out of my mom's house because it was chaotic there. I sat in my mom's house. I was like, what do I want to do with my life, right? What am I lacking right now? All right, what am I lacking right now? I looked around. I'm lacking money. I was like, I'm lacking money. So how can I apply that to school? How can I, what courses can I take what major do I take that, would focus on money? And I was like, business, bingo. And from there, business was, I was really focused. After I dropped out, or after I flunked out, then I went back to school. I focused on business. It was like 2-3 years later, like, Steve, you gotta take some remedial classes because you basically flunked out, and we don't trust you. You gotta work your way up. And so it took, I had to restructure I think my GPA was like a 1 point something, because I didn't even care. Like, they gave me this free money. I didn't really care what they, you know what I mean? They gave me free money. I was like going wild with it, just, buying random stuff. Stuff that wasn't for school, really. And then, as part of the reason I flunked out, but once I put my nose to the grindstone, and once I tried, I started succeeding. Like, all right, long story short, I went to the community college, right? I flunked out of community college too, but I went back to the community college, and I brought my GPA from like a 1 point something to a 3 point, over 3.0, right? That was enough to get me to, I went to UTD, University of Texas at Dallas. There, I majored in business administration with a concentration in entrepreneurship and innovation. I think I graduated, maybe a 3.4, I don't know, maybe a 3.2, 3.3. But that was, honestly, that was enough for me. That was enough for me to go to University of Dallas. I think I skipped 1 year. I skipped 1 year, and but that was enough because I was applying to different colleges. I think I applied to 3 colleges before. I applied to UNT, UTD again, and then University of Dallas. And then University of Dallas was like, hey, come on, We could really use your talents up here. Your talents could be really nourished up here. Went to University of Dallas. MBA was my major. My concentration was strategic leadership, and the reason I chose that was because the reason I chose strategic leadership when I was in business communications at the University at UTD, they told me that, like, even you're seeing it right now, they said like data analysis, all these technical skills, they're gonna be outsourced by computers. I remember, like, I don't think anybody else was paying attention in that business class, but I was older than they were. I was like 28 and they were like, 18, right? But I was like, she just said it so casually in my BizCom or BCom class. It's like, yeah, data analysis, all those other classes, they're not going to be, they pretty much be obsolete. And as you can see now, like finance and accounting, you can put it in the computer. We're entrepreneurship and innovation. We're going to need some entrepreneurs to start businesses. That's exactly why I chose that major, strategic leadership. It's not a technical skill. It's basically like a creative skill. You know what I mean? Really, a computer can't outsource you. It can give you instructions, but it's not going to outsource a leader. I could talk about. I'm looking at my notes right here. That's what I'm looking down. I really don't like notes. I like bullet points. Bullet points are cool, but notes I don't, because that's what we learned at UTD about. Just look at the bullet points, don't look at notes. And I hate when other podcasters, they look at notes. Like, fuck, I can see you're not even looking at the fucking screen. You know what I mean? But right now I'm gonna use notes if that's all right with you. So, okay, fast forward. So with my degree, I could have done anything. Like I went to, so I was a server. I was a waiter. I didn't want a traditional 9-to-5 job. So I went from, I think all my life was service-based business. I think almost every single job I had, a lot of jobs I had were like the majority, because I had like almost 20 jobs since I was from 17 to 17 to maybe in my 30s, maybe 17 to 30, I had about 20 jobs, right? The bulk of it was at the beginning, because I was just like, oh, wow. I didn't know what to do. Like, there's so much to do. At first, they didn't want to, I was trying to hire at this place called Chicken Express. This guy didn't want to hire me, because they didn't want to hire me. It was tough. After I lost that job, because I accidentally called him a woman. I don't know. Maybe I was like, yes, ma'am. That was an accident, because he was just nagging like a girl. Hey, my fault. You sound like my mom or whatever, dude. My fault. Like, it was just, that was the first instinct, right? But I got fired from that job. He's like, you're not moving fast enough. Some managers make up excuses to why they don't want to hire you, right? Or they don't want to keep you. It was 2 weeks anyways. The people up there were just giving me free, at the end of the night, they had like boxes of food they give away. They just gave me free food. I think because either they liked me or they knew my brothers, because I was the youngest of like 3 brothers and whatnot. But either way, they just gave me free, like a whole box of chicken, like chicken, fish. They got all the good stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is a good parting present. Maybe they knew I was gonna get axed. You know what I mean? They're like, Steve, to hold you over from getting axed. But anyways, after that, it took me a while. It was Taco Bell. I had a job at Taco Bell. It was right across the street from Taco Bell. I mean, it's right across the street from Chicken Express, right? But it took me like 6 months to get that job, because I was filling in applications. I'm a 16-year-old, willing and able to work. Nobody in the city is hiring me, because this city is full of all these fast food restaurants. Nobody would hire me. Okay. So I went to Taco Bell. Like, I went there after church with my mom. The lady named Ruby, I guess she saw me and was like, okay, yeah, you could work up here. And I showed my ass. Like, I didn't complain for shit, because it was so hard getting that job that I'm like, I didn't take it for granted, right? So, you know, I even quit. Honestly, I chose football. I mean, I chose this job. I chose money over football. We won state champs in Cedar. We won state championships. Cedar Hill, 2006, first time state. We won state championships. So it was an impasse of me playing football, the long term of getting a scholarship, which I wasn't thinking, to working and making money. And my first time making money, you know what I mean? Like, but maybe it's a maybe it's a blessing in disguise because all this CTE going on. I would have fucking tried as hard as I tried in Taco Bell. I would have tried just as hard at football. You know what I mean? I fucking torn my meniscus. You know what I'm saying? And fucking practice just going hard in football. But yeah. Fast forward, I did restaurant job. From that I did waiter. I worked at Red Lobsters, Chili's. You know, it takes a lot of entrepreneurial skills in those sales skills, especially. And what I lacked in like talking. You know what I mean? A guy like me, I was closed mouth, just keeping it real. Matter of fact, I'm gonna cross this place I used to work at called Pluckers in Texas. Probably only unless you're from Texas, you probably never heard of it. But yeah, I used to work on my communication skills because I know all the other skills I was good at. But I was lacking in communication because I kept it too real. I didn't want to talk. You know what I mean? Just being young, I didn't want to talk because that might like make me look friendly. It might make me look like a target, make me look fake or whatever. And so, yeah, at being a server, I learned entrepreneurial skills of, basically getting the customer what they want. Like, talking is extra. Talking is extra. They want you to get the food right. They don't want you to juggle while you're taking their order. Like, no. They want you to write down their order, repeat it back to them, make sure the drinks are filled, the basic stuff, right? Make sure the drinks are, then people are asking me, how do you make so much money at the end of the day? Because I do the basics, the fundamentals, and that's where it's at. It's about the fundamentals. Like, don't do all this extra stuff. Like, being a server is all about talking and making connections. That's they like your service. All right, so all right, then that's that. But and now I like the freedom of doing. I don't have a set schedule. It's not like a real serious job, but you make serious money. It's not consistent, but just like business, nothing's consistent. The money is not always consistent. So, I took that job. So, yeah, I was in that job. I was at the job at Pluckers for like 6 years while I was going to UTD getting my bachelor's, right? As soon as almost a month after I graduated, I got fired for like not serving my table fast enough. So what happened was I went to a different place, a more upscale, like a Japanese sushi place in North Park Mall, and got hired there. I was bumping heads with management. They didn't like me at all, but I didn't care. I'm like, I know what I'm doing. Like, I know what I'm doing. Even though I don't know the menu, I know how to make money. While I was working there, this place called Brahms Ice Cream Dairy, they call me to be a manager. I'm like, even though it's a downgrade in pay. Hold on, yeah, I got $1,400 every 2 weeks instead of like I think I made $1,400 a week at most times as a server. But even though it's a downgrade, I'm like, this is the field I'm going into. This is why I graduated from the management, and so yeah, that's the route I took. Let me see the time. Make sure the sunlight don't. I got roughly 30 minutes for it gets dark because daylight saves time. Whatever. But the reason I made this podcast is for basically people going through entrepreneurial journeys. I don't want them to quit. I don't want y'all to quit because I didn't quit. And so what I mean by that is, like, I started a record label, right? And like maybe 12 years ago. And okay. So one of the things I did was, man, I started telling everybody about, me being. I didn't even just start telling people. I just started connecting with people, doing anything I can to get my music just to get known out there, right? So I was like, man, let me get a record label. I'm gonna get all the artists. Artists didn't want to work with me, right? Musicians. And like, it's not even, I didn't even have the funds to, I didn't know I didn't know you had to front them money, like advances, and then they'll, you know what I mean, that they could possibly recoup your money back, but sometimes they won't. I didn't know that. I thought, hey, they had a hot song, let me put the music out. Like, it's all about the payola, you know what I mean? And but from there, I was like, I met a lot of people. I met a lot of people, like people who were big. Like, I met a punk rock artist. He told me, either in the music business, you either have to have been born money, or you need to learn how to make money to be successful in the business. And the thing is, I wasn't born money, so I had to learn how to make money. So what I did was, I was like, okay, how can I make money? And what's the most abundant source? What do people keep asking for a lot? And so from there, I was like, right at that point, I was in a like a musician Facebook group, and they were talking about, oh, we need some church drummers, guitarists, we need church keyboards, church organists. So I was like, bingo. I connected the two. I was like, yeah, let me make this let me keep my music business as it is, but let me make this a side gig so I can make money. So I did that for maybe 2-3 years, so until I started getting good at it. And then, I think COVID happened. Like, yeah, COVID happened still, and the money was still going good. I think they wanted more musicians, but I had there's a lot of intricacies. Like, churches, like, you ever had a pastor like threaten to sue you? I have, because you provided him a musician, or you provided him a service, and he's like, nah, all bets are off. He's mine. Like, I like him. He's mine. I'm like, ooh, okay. He's like, I gotta be. Worst of all, he's African too. I'm African too. So he's just threatening me for no reason. I'm just trying to get paid. I'm just trying to be the middleman. I supply you good musicians. But yeah, that happened to me. But then I started getting good at booking musicians, until one day I saw on LinkedIn, I saw a friend, a guy named Morgan Matthews. He said, he put out a random post. He's like, I need a booking agent for like Aaron Carter. I was like, sure, I'll be, because it looked like a joke, but then it's LinkedIn, like people, you know what I mean? It's LinkedIn, so it's serious, but then it's LinkedIn. Nobody's really gonna, take that job because they're too bougie, I guess. So I was like, hey, what's up? I DM'd Morgan, and he's like, we chopped it up. We think we wrote back 2 or 3 times, and he's like, send me your phone number, and from there it's history. I booked Aaron Carter's his final tour before he died. I didn't get, it's yeah. That's pretty cool. I talked with Aaron for a good, like, I talked with Aaron on the phone for a little bit. Like, it's wild. That guy is that guy has a business mindset. Like, yeah, for real. He was talking about doing Aaron's party for Airbnbs, like throwing mini concerts in Airbnbs and call it Aaron's party. That shit would have, if none of that stuff would have happened, he would have been successful, especially with me behind his back. Yeah, he would have been successful. All right, so I talked about that, and also what my other experiences with vending machines, right? So this is what I'm doing currently right now. This is the source of income right now. This is what the source of a lot of this pains come from. But vending machines is pretty good. I learned about vending machines in 2020. I was like, this is cool, but is it for me? And then I was like, and I kept on seeing commercial, like Instagram posts about it. I'm like, okay, let me just try this out. Let me try it out. So I bought 2 vending machines. I bought 2 vending machines. I bought them in slow locations. Like there's slow, there's medium, and there's fast locations. You know, locations depend on the foot traffic per day, right? So like hospital, airports are ideal. You know what I mean? Like where there's a lot of people going, like traveling. But airports are hard to book. Like the bigger locations are hard to book. More than likely you're gonna have to pay for it. But more than likely you're gonna have to pay for like those high traffic locations. But you know, I was like, I put myself in slow locations. A lot of complications happen. I sold the vending machines. I was like, huh. Like I bought the vending machines on finance, but I sold it like outright cash. And I was like, oh, this is profitable. And so I was like, so then I bought 14 vending machines from China, and I flipped those and I sold those. And I was like, okay, and I made my money back. And I was like, huh. Then now, honestly, I would have bought more vending machines unless Trump said we need more manufacturing jobs to be made in the United States. So that's when I started buying machines. And right now I'm in the middle of having these machines being shipped here. Matter of fact, my customs and brokers guy, he just texted me and emailed me about I gotta have these imports duties because you know Trump raised them boys. Oh man, I'm so sad. Like he raised them too fast. Like damn, hold on. He just got in office. This dude just raised these import fees really fast. And so yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm focusing on getting the machines here. And that's another thing. Like it's gonna cost what? It's 45% more for vending machines coming from China or India or wherever you want to bring them to. Might as well make it in-house and you know have lower costs, right? And that's what a lot of business, you got to think about the laws of the land right at the moment of, you know, is your business going to be profitable if you buy from a foreign country like China, or who they have tariffs against, or you know who we have beef against. You got to think about how things like that affect your business. And sometimes you don't dip your toe in the water. Don't fucking dive all the way in, if you know what I mean. But if you have something that people ask for over and over again, put a price in front of it. Put you know what I mean? If they ask for it and you do it for free and you do it real well, you do it real well because they keep on asking. They keep on asking for it over and over again, and people won't really tell you, oh, this is like me. People probably won't tell you, oh, this is a good job, because they want to get more for less, right? But you can quantify it. Like look at the numbers, and it's really about numbers. And business is just about numbers. It's all about, you know what I mean? The numbers you can tell what direction to go and which direction to stay away from, right? So if they keep on asking for your business, like never mind all that fancy talk they're gonna do, or this word salad. Like a lot of people would act like my product or service ain't shit, but keep on wanting it repeatedly. Like even at the restaurant, they eat the food, and then they say, oh, I don't like this, you know, but you ate the whole food, right? So hold on, let me move to a different spot. It's getting hot right here. Don't you hate it when, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody around me. I'm solo dolo. Then you know what I'm saying? I start talking and everybody want to be around me. Put all that good energy out. You know, it's really vacant. Nah, but that's just how I am. That's just how you know what I'm saying. I attract people like being around me. But no, I gotta go to a different location because I like quiet. But so yeah, that's what happened. And so yeah, that's what happened, man. And so yeah, you gotta worry about worry about the laws of the land and how the laws will affect your business, things like that. And just, dipping your toe into water, just testing the waters out, see how it goes, and then if it goes good, then fully immerse yourself in it. You don't have to, even just like me, I do Uber right now, right? I'm not fully immersed in Uber. That's why I was thinking, like, the reason I don't have a fucking 9-to-5 job is because I don't want them to hold me down. Like, I don't know if you ever been in a job, you're in there so long, you know it's all about business. They're gonna use that business against you. Like, they're gonna ask you to stay later because they know you're doing a hustle. They know you need money for this side hustle, or they know you need the money for the kids. Then you get emotionally involved with your business, your company that you work for, their 9-to-5, and then they're gonna be like, oh, but I did this for you. Can't you do this for me and shit and stuff like that? And then you resent it. That's why I do Uber. Like, I make my money, then I go home. I'm gonna make my money when I want to. I can work 80 hours a week. I can work 40 hours a week. Make my money whenever I want to. And that's the best part of doing Uber. And then they're not gonna guilt you. It's easy transferable. It's entrepreneurship in itself as well. It's easily transferable from doing Uber to having a factory that I'm doing right now. It's doing Uber to do entrepreneurship. You could be doing whatever. You could be doing. You can make shirts. You can be a mechanic. And I see a lot of mechanics, they work for a shop, but they never thought about doing it on their own. But yeah, that's crazy. Like, sometimes I see people so good that they don't understand. People do their job so good that they don't understand how much the market needs them and their skills. Also, I don't think I talked about this, but this is pretty much unfiltered business talk. I want to help you with your mindset shift for success. I want to talk about many different things like business structure, scaling, funding, and things like that. So, well, I guess this is it. This is coming on to 30 minutes. Well, if you like, please, this is the first episode. Like, share, and subscribe. But yeah, I'll be talking about more entrepreneurial, how to be a better entrepreneur for yourself, and maybe even entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship is like, if it's about building a business up from the inside. If you already got your business, or somebody got your business, help grow that business up from the inside. Like, yeah, I just want you to help. I just want you to help you any way I can. Like, entrepreneurship, either way. Like, entrepreneurship is help growing a company, like a part of your department from the inside. Like, I guess basically a new department. So yeah, if anything y'all want to know, just ask. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.